Brakes, proud sponsors of the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon.
Hello and welcome to London and the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon. Over 40,000 people are descending on Hyde Park today for what is going to be the most spectacular and historic half marathon in the world. Over 12,500 runners are competing in the half marathon, but there are all sorts of other events for young and old. If you're between 11 and 16, there's a 3K race. And if you're a bit older and want to get the pulse rate up a bit, there's the Hearts and Heritage Walk. So whether you want to look at the sights, whether you're looking for a PB, this course has got something for everyone.
And I'll be checking the temperatures here on the streets of London as the competitors whiz past me to the finish line with Natalie at Hyde Park.
Not long to go now until the start. Let's find out what's in store for our runners with your commentator, Patrick Winterton.
Well, welcome to the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon. The squirrels and the rest of the wildlife sharing the parks with more than the usual amount of human traffic today. There's the Isis statue commissioned by the Royal Parks Foundation on the south shores of the Serpentine. Well, there are stuffed squirrels and there are celebrities. One or two famous faces are going to be on the start line looking for PBs, some of them just looking to complete the 13.1 mile run. Well, here is the course, starting and finishing in Hyde Park. They'll work their way out past St James's Park and Buckingham Palace down towards the Houses of Parliament, and then along the embankment before they start to work their way back through Green Park, Wellington Arch, and then a number of twists and turns in Hyde Park to make up the distance. 13.1 miles, as I said, that's just about 21 kilometres for those of you that have gone metric. And it is really one of the most scenic runs that you can possibly hope to complete. The course taking in 4 of the 8 royal parks.
3, 2, 1.
And away they go. The celebrities on the front line, but 1 or 2 class runners just tucked in behind them. The cheeky girls get away on the inside. Nice and steady the pace by them. But it's a different matter for the race leaders. And last year's winner, Paolo Sandali, going off very quickly indeed. 1:09.31, his winning time from last year. But he knows that with the presence of a couple of Kenyans and, of course, Dave Mitchinson in there, he's going to have to do better than that if he wants to win for the second year in succession. Well, it's a punishing pace over the first couple of 100 metres. Sandali leading the way, a group of 6 out front, and there's the leading woman, that's Miriam Makewa from Kenya, followed closely by Kathy Mutwa, both very, very good runners indeed. They'll be looking for a time under 1:15, that's 75 minutes. Mitchinson up front and running alongside his 2 teammates. He's doing his 4th half marathon for the year, his PB coming some 4-5 seasons ago. And he's certainly hoping for great things today.
The opportunity to run, I think, Birdcage Walk and the Mall, I can't imagine there's too many races get to do that, so it'll be brilliant, really look forward to it. Although I only live maybe an hour outside of London, I don't get the opportunity to get down here too often. So yeah, to be able to run through Hyde Park and the surrounding areas would be fantastic, unique I think.
Now, a little birdie tells me you are the best of the Brits, that you are going to steam ahead and do us all very proud. Who do you see as the main competition today?
I know there's a few athletes racing from Mitsuno, Africans, a couple of Kenyans, I think Ugandan maybe. So I'd imagine that they'll be right up there pushing the pace.
Well, 2 of the Kenyans up the front. Edwin Kipkorir, never run a half marathon before, but he's very quick over 10k. He won the Great North 10k. And then Lucas Wambua, who's also pretty handy over the 10,000 metre distance and trying his hand at the half marathon today.
We are looking to do good in this race and also to run good.
Are you both training partners? You train together?
Yeah, we are trained together We are trained together in Coventry, but in Kenya we are in different training camps. So everyone is his own chef.
So you're rivals today, you want to try and beat each other?
Yeah, we are going to try.
The leaders out of Hyde Park heading down Constitution Hill with Buckingham Palace on their right-hand side. That leading group of 6 is down to 4 with barely a mile completed. Simon Thrissell and Alex Milne both dropping off the pace, leaving Mitchinson, Wambua, Kip Korir and of course last year's winner Paolo Sandali in the white, but already looks to be struggling a little bit with the pace being set. No time for sightseeing for these 4, purely focused on the race ahead. The majority of the 12,500 enjoying all the sights and of course all the support of 40,000 spectators that have lined the route today. And a fantastic effort made by all the runners to raise money for the 200 charities that will benefit from today's activities, and some of them still crossing the start line.
Amongst the crowds, there are a few famous faces, and we bumped into some of them earlier this morning.
Well, amongst the familiar faces, Ben Fogle, a man who's rode the Atlantic and made his way to the South Pole. 13 miles should be no problem for him.
Genuinely today, I have no idea how quick I'm going to do the half marathon today, because I might be fitter than I think, but my knee's been giving me a little bit of problem. There's always excuses, aren't there?
So what's the race plan? Go off steady, then pick it up?
Yeah, I think go off steady. I've got a rough plan for the amount of time obviously I want to do each mile in. I do get a bit carried away, and because I'm starting the race today, I'll be up at the front, and obviously I tend to get caught up in the moment with all those really fast runners. But no, I think I've learnt the hard way that to not go off too fast.
And just 20 yards behind Ben Fogle in the early stages is TV presenter Jenny Faulkner. Now, she should be confident of completing the course, having done it as a training run last week.
This morning I was out plastering my feet and kind of Vaseline and stuff like that.
It's coming out now, sorry to interrupt there, but Ben Fogle a minute going, yeah, I might do all right, but I've got a dodgy knee. Now you're saying you've got a dodgy foot.
What, Ben Fogle, fitness guru?
Fitness guru who does crazy things, Antarctica, up mountains, down mountains. But you're super fit. You've actually thrashed me at the London Marathon, so I've seen you running fast. You're good.
Oh, thank you. But you know what? Now you say that Ben's doing it, that's the sad competitive streak for me. I'm just going to try and be that little bit ahead of him, even if it hurts.
True to her word, Jenny Faulkner pulling up alongside Ben Fogle and going past with a little bit more spring in her step as they exit Hyde Park and head down towards Buckingham Palace. Well, that's a little battle that we'll keep an eye on as the race goes on. There are plenty of athletes out there in fancy dress, and I guess you could include the cheeky girls in that number.
The plan is to run together. If it would be a shorter run, then we would compete. But it's a long run, so we are going to stick together and support each other. And I made a really bad injury on my knee, so probably I'll have to take it a bit slower this time. So that's why we are going to stick together.
How slow? Give me a prediction.
Well, maybe an hour to finish it.
An hour? No, you're joking. No. I'll just give you an idea. Some of the elite athletes around us won't even do an hour. Oh, okay.
I'm joking. No, we are actually hoping for 2 hours.
No, you can do better than that.
You may also recognise Strictly Come Dancing star Ricky Groves, otherwise known as Gary, from the EastEnders set.
I say it to anyone, if I can do it, anyone can do it. At the end of the day, go out there and enjoy the day. You don't have to finish first, just to enjoy it. And it's nice that we've got a bit of scenery, and so, a lot of people will be cheering us on that. So, yes, it's going to be good.
As the bulk of the field make their way over Westminster Bridge and back again, the leaders under Admiralty Arch heading back towards Hyde Park, approaching the halfway stage of the race. Dave Mitchinson still leading the way, but he's got good company. Lucas Wambua on the far side, looking comfortable, wearing 77, is Edwin Kip Korir. Remember his very first half marathon. And last year's winner, Sandali, still with them, but he hasn't made any attempt to set the pace up front. Mitchinson, the local man, will know the sights, but he was full of the praises of the course before he started. This is Sandali, and his facial expression would suggest that he's finding the pace pretty painful, but he moves to the front for the very first time Now, is he calling the bluff of the other three, or is he making an attempt to get away? We'll see. Well, as the leading four head back towards the tranquility of the Royal Parks, the masses enjoying what can only be described as an extraordinary visual experience.
How's it going so far?
Yeah, I think I started being caught up with all those people running fast.
No, I think you're doing all right. Just to let you know, I've not seen Ben Fogle anywhere.
The London Eye, Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, all making this a brilliant experience and so much more than just a physical challenge.
Ben, come on. I will let you know I had a little private bet with Jenny and she's probably about 30 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, you know what? It's my tactics. You know, nice and slow for the beginning, work my knee in, and then we'll pick up the pace a bit later.
Go catch her.
Picking up the pace, easier said than done. He may well catch Jenny Faulkner, but he's not going to catch Nell McAndrew, the model who is having a fantastic run. Now, if she hadn't taken up modelling, the rumour is she would have been a professional athlete.
So Nell, out of all the celebrities I've talked to, you're number one on the list. In many ways, but I mean, in terms of your running, you're going to run fast, aren't you?
Hopefully about an hour and a half, but we'll see. I don't know. It's flat, so that's a bonus. So, yeah, we'll just see.
What's going to be your little predictions for today then, in terms of position? Top 50?
Oh, me? Oh, I don't know.
Top 50 women?
Hopefully.
Easily.
Fingers crossed.
Come on. You look like you're going quite steady.
Oh yeah, yes we are. It's almost 3 miles now, so we struggled.
I'll just correct you there. You've just gone past 2 miles, not nearly 3 miles.
It's only, almost. We are reaching 3 miles. We are reaching 3 miles. Heading there.
Now, the physical test wasn't enough for Ben Fogle. He's now got the psychological problem of the fact that Banana Man has overtaken him as well, and that cannot make him feel good. And even further back is Ricky Groves. How's he getting on?
Would you like the good or the bad news?
What's the good news?
The good news is you're looking quite fresh.
Yes.
The bad news is you're behind the cheeky girls.
No, not the cheeky girls.
It's not a bad place to be for a while.
I better catch them.
You better do. Go and, give them a little shake your bum as you go past.
Be a cheeky boy, shouldn't I?
Well, good luck, mate. Keep going.
Thank you very much. Cheers now. Take care.
Coming up to the 6 mile marker for the leading four, and still not more than a metre between them. As I say that, moving over the far side, Edwin Kipkorir. Is this the move? Are we about to see one of those injections of pace that he's famous for? A fantastic 3,000 metre runner, as well as a very well-established 10,000 metre runner. I wonder what his game plan is. Remember, he's never run a half marathon before, so it's new territory for him. Dave Mitchinson says keep an eye on Kipkorir. He knows he's the danger man, and he promptly moves across with Paolo Sandali, and following them over, Lucas Wambua. But a lead of 4-5 metres. They're not going to let him get away with that. But definitely the pace is increasing as they go past the Serpentine. This, of course, part of the 5,000 acres maintained by the Royal Parks Foundation. And what a fabulous setting for this high-quality race.
We're at the 6 mile mark here, and the front runners are making light work of the half marathon. Not the case, though, for the 12,500 other runners out on the course. Join us after the break for plenty more action from Hyde Park.
Brakes, proud sponsors of the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon.
Welcome back to the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon. 12,500 runners are pounding the streets and running through the parks in London and enjoying the spectacle that is our capital. Some of the fastest, though, are leaving the sightseeing till later, and they are drawing to the end of their race. So let's go to Patrick now for their final stages.
Well, the pace is picking up, which might suggest the end is nigh, but with 7.5 miles completed, they still have some distance to go, but a significant move with an injection of pace from Dave Mitchinson, and it has had an effect on Paolo Sandali, last year's champion, dropping behind this leading group. The two Kenyans still looking very, very comfortable, and it's going to be a battle royal between these three. Now, no sooner has Mitchinson turned up the pace than the two Kenyans respond with a counter-attack. Both Wambua and Kip Korir are upping the pace. You can hear it in the tempo of their feet. And Kip Korir, number 77, just wipes the one bead of sweat off his brow. And he pulls away steadily. Mitchinson can't stay with it. Sandali can't stay with it. And it looks as though Lucas Wambua is going to find it tough going as well. Well, we've seen it so many times. They look comfortable, but then the killer move. Still light on his feet. No change of expression, just a change in the positions. And a little bit of fresh air between the leading three. Will that be a decisive move? For the rest of the field, well, some are running, some jogging, some walking. Everyone enjoying the occasion.
Now, if the pace up front or even the pace a bit further back is too much for you, then there are two waves which are taking in a more scenic route around London. As they say, you can't hurry love. So to serve their purpose, these guys are taking things a bit more slowly.
A good turnout of walkers, the first group looking at the history and heritage of everything that they pass on their way, and the other group looking for love as they're part of the singles wave. There's also a fabulous food and fitness festival with lots of live acts on show and a farmer's market for athletes and spectators to enjoy the great British food. And then Pulse 3K for 16 down to 11-year-olds, a 3-kilometre run. They're the youngest athletes involved today, the oldest doing the full half marathon. It's 82-year-old Doreen Ofedi.
I was watching the marathon and I said to my husband, oh, I think I'll try that. And he said, can't stop running at your age. I said, watch me. And it just started from there.
Doreen's efforts raising money for one of the 5 main charity partners, Help a London Child, Mind, Asthma UK, UNICEF, Right to Play, amongst the others. And there are many more. And it's thoughts of the fundraising and the good they're doing that might just give them the energy they need to complete the race.
Can I ask, how much have you raised for charity, or how much are you hoping to raise?
About £700.
Oh, that's fantastic. And don't stop, mate, keep going. You must be very hot.
Oh God, it's so hot, yeah.
What are you raising money for today?
The elephant family.
Hence the outfit.
Hence the outfit. It's a really good atmosphere, it's a really nice crowd, a lovely course.
Is that big trunk of yours putting you off?
It is, yeah.
It must be hard to run with such a trunk. Keep going.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks very much.
You're raising some good money?
Yeah, about £1,000.
Maybe you can pay for yourself to get a haircut at the finish. Good luck, mate.
Thanks. Running for Help the London Child.
And what time are you hoping to finish in?
Sunday-ish.
Well, you've got a few hours to go. You're raising some good money?
Yeah, about 1,500 between us. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. You're still looking quite good.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna wait until I think 10. Pick up the speed. I know Jenny's a bit ahead.
Well, she's probably about a minute and a half ahead, 2 minutes ahead.
Yeah, there's a bit of time to catch up on. As long as I don't get beaten by the cheeky girls.
Unfortunately, you are still behind the cheeky girls.
How far ahead are they?
Let it go, mate, let it go.
Let it go, right, lovely.
Go, you've got a better company here, enjoy it.
No worries, cheers, thank you very much. Cheers.
There's a lot of hot work still for the Caterpillar to do, and navigation might be his biggest problem. But the leaders are coming into the finish, and it's Edwin Kip Korir, the 21-year-old Kenyan, who stormed away from the rest of the leading pack. It's going to be a wonderful time, sub 1 hour and 6 minutes. He can't resist the sprint into the finish. Edwin Kip Korir takes the Royal Parks Foundation half marathon title for 2010, a winning time of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 40 seconds, a new course record.
You happy with the time?
Yeah. Because it's the first time to run half marathon. Yeah.
Lucas Wambua looking comfortable but couldn't live with the pace of Kip Korir. He takes second place, and third goes to Dave Mitchinson. the 32-year-old from Hertfordshire, a fabulous run. He's on the podium. The leading woman for the day, Miriam Makeba, also from Kenya. 1 hour 13:58, astonishing running from her. From a field of 12,500, she finishes 7th overall and only 8 minutes behind the leading 3 men.
It's nice for all three of us to get on the podium, and these boys are very strong, but I'm pleased with my run.
Some strong performances throughout the field, and the best of the celebrities, Nell McAndrew, no surprises there, but a great time from her, 1:24. That's good running.
Really enjoyed it. It's always good. It's always good atmosphere. Loads of money raised for charity, and everybody's always just really happy. So it's a really good day.
Still with lots of running in the legs, a time of 1:35 for Jenny Faulkner and a couple of minutes ahead of Ben Fogle.
If you find someone to race, it spurs you on a little bit, and he was my chosen victim. Sorry, Ben, forgive me. He's Superman as well.
Good on her though, you know, fantastic girl. She and Nell, they're built for sport really. And listen, I've got nearly 90 kilos of bulk here. Excuses, but no, good on them. Next year.
Well, next year it's going to be an even bigger event and more money raised for the Royal Parks Foundation, who'll spend the money on conserving the wildlife and restoring the monuments and fountains that many of these runners have enjoyed on the route.
It's a beautiful park, it's a great atmosphere. What beautiful people. Everyone's cheering me on actually, they've been really good.
How you feeling, mate?
I'm a machine.
You're a machine. Nice. Not far to go now, Katie. You've got about 1.5 miles, I think, something like that.
Thank you.
Wanted to finish now.
It's a tough course. Even Colin the Caterpillar needs to drink. Let's have a quick chat. Colin, the man, the myth. How are you, mate? Nice to actually meet you. You do have to stop to drink then.
At some point, yeah.
You don't look that bad. How bad is it in there? It must be baking.
Warm. You're welcome to try it on.
Oh, no, that'd be rude of me to steal the last mile, wouldn't it, if I jumped in there?
Passing the Albert Memorial, the runners will know that they're now approaching the long-awaited finish line. And with that in mind, suddenly the majority of the athletes have big smiles on their faces, and so they should. The aches and pains have gone. It's all about a great memory. Even the cheeky girls have made it to the finish line in good style, comfortably ahead of Ricky Groves.
The first 6 miles is always the hardest. Then once you break sort of 8 or 9 miles, you think, right, I can do this. And you see so many people, you know, not as fit as yourself, just going forward, and so you've got to go with them, you know.
I thought I was going to lose it in mile 12, but I'm glad I'm on the finish straight. Come on.
All those finishing, receiving their wooden medal, an appropriately environmental memento of their efforts, and the winner's trophy carved out of an oak burr from Richmond Park.
Well, the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon is almost over as we clap the final few brave souls over that finish line. Congratulations to everyone who took part. And now it's time for us to let peace and tranquility reign supreme over the parks again. Until next year.
Brakes, proud sponsors of the Royal Parks Foundation Half Marathon.